Hey delegates of the Special Political and Decolonization Committee, also known as the United Nations General Assembly Fourth Committee at St. Paul's MUN 2015. We really look forward to seeing all of you participating in substantive discussions and subsequently participating proactively in formal documentation as well. Alright. Now, I do not want delegates to start getting intimidated or scared about the fact that they are participating in an MUN. Some of you delegates are first-time MUNers, and please note that being a first-time MUNer is an amazing and an unbelievable experience if you do things right. Now, one thing that you really need to do before you come to the MUN, apart from being clear with procedure, we have also uploaded a procedure video for you guys in case, is research. As far as research is concerned, we have shared the study guides, we have also shared a country-specific research process, so things should be great. But beyond that, I just thought that we'll upload this small video in order to give you a further insight into participation. Now, as most of you guys know, SPECPOL, or the Special Political and Decolonization Committee, is a committee which in current times specifically discusses the issue of autonomous regions, that is regions that neither belong to one nor the other country, or discusses border disputes or territorial disputes. Specifically, what falls under the mandate of discussion of the SPECPOL is territorial disputes, and it is in this relation that the agenda for St. Paul's MUN 2015 in the SPECPOL has been set to the status of the South China Sea. Now, this is probably one of the most popular topics in recent times in many Model United Nations conferences, and it is one of the most developing situations across the world in general. The South China Sea is the hotbed of dispute. Most issues of this sort, most territorial disputes have 1, 2 or max 3 countries fighting over it. In the case of the South China Sea, there are at least 6 to 7 different parties to dispute. Most of the countries in the region around China, such as Vietnam, Brunei, Philippines, a lot of SAARC nations, everybody seems to be claiming stake over some region of the South China Sea. China, on the other hand, claims that historically, of course, it being called the South China Sea, and otherwise historically being a part of various kingdoms that were ruled by past Chinese rulers, South China Sea belongs to it. There is a lot of dispute which has developed. In fact, the situation has escalated to such an extent that there is a chance of an imminent war among China, Vietnam and other countries in the region. Now, what delegates need to understand is the reasons due to which these countries are fighting over the South China Sea. There are 2 islands, of course, the Spratly and the Paracel Islands and the Gulf of Tonkin beyond this. All these regions are believed to be very, very rich in oil, and oil being a resource which in course of time is becoming more and more precious than gold as well. Everybody has their eyes set on gold, which is oil, and beyond this, fishing territories around these regions are very rich, and most of these countries have a rich fishing culture and a lot of the economy depends upon fishing. As a result of this, they keep fighting over the waters. Now, as far as research is concerned, you need to understand that apart from the major parties to dispute, all Asian countries will also have a major role to play, because everybody has a different point of view and geopolitically either supports China or some of the other countries. So everybody is going to have a different view as far as support is concerned. The bigger countries across Europe, Western countries, as well as the neutral countries, you have an equally big role to play, because you all are going to be the ones who are going to be the mediators, who are going to facilitate the process of solving the entire issue. Beyond this, what you need to understand is that if you want to participate well, you should be very clear about some conventions which decide how division of such territories takes place in the world. There is something which is called the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, or the UNCLOS. This is a convention which has been signed and ratified by most countries. Some important ones have not ratified it, and the UNCLOS categorically sets out certain rules which decide what falls under territorial waters around the boundaries of a country, what becomes international waters, among other things. Please go through the UNCLOS. Please make sure that you're clear about it. Make sure you're clear about China's claims and Vietnam's claims and what is the authenticity of them. And make sure you're clear about your stance. As in, do you support China, Vietnam, or do you believe that the UNCLOS, which divides division of these waters, is revised, modified, or a new convention is decided altogether? All in all of you delegates in the SPECPOL, there are quite a few of you. It is very important that you put your points across in the best possible manner. And beyond this, of course, work on different working papers, break down the entire issue of the South China Sea, when you break it down, you'll see China's claims, Vietnam's claims, the UNCLOS, oil-rich beds, fishermen dependent upon it. There are different aspects. These different sub-issues become topics for your moderated caucus. This is what you make working papers on, and finally work towards a draft resolution. All in all, I think the study guides which are provided and other information, make sure you go through the procedural videos as well. I'm going to offer you with enough of information, and beyond this, we are always there to help you and guide you forward. So I wish all you delegates the very best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you at St. Paul's in 2015. Thank you.